And welcome along. This is Virtual Farmer, and in this video we are going to be having a tour around Matopiba Map 2K25. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that right. This is a South American map, and it definitely has that feel straight off the bat. Lots of custom stuff done on here to make this feel like the area it's in, and I love that. That's a huge attention to detail. You start off in this slightly industrial area, and you can see that this is unlike any other map that we currently have in Farming Simulator 25. So I really love the difference in feel to this. I think some of this must have come through from previous versions of Farm Sim, particularly the South American map that we had in, I want to say, FS25. But it's yeah, it's really nice. I'm loving the initial attention to detail here. That's very cool. That is our sleep trigger and our shed, I think. In fact, actually, before I pull away too far from this, yeah, I think we have, yeah, so we've got our shed in here, we've got our space for changing clothes, we've got our sleep trigger here, and I don't think we can go inside any more of it. So yeah, it's a very different farm. There's not really a farmyard, so to speak. It's more, you've got an area in an industrial area where your farm is based. Very, very different feel to it from that point of view. We do have actually one of our tractors sitting up the top here, so there may be a yard or something up this way here, but no, in fact, no, it's just our tractor sitting at the back of the petrol station here, which is very, very interesting. So there's a front loader or a big wagon there, but yeah, so our equipment is just sitting here in the edge, so there's not really a farmyard to speak of. There's a shed in an industrial area, but I think if you're going to get a larger setup around here, you're gonna need to go and build a farmyard. So something I've just missed, I realized, we've got a few sell points and bits in here. There's two sell points. One is Lizard Cooperative, the other is Pioneer. You can sell your bales, wool and cotton on here as well. There is a lumberyard for logging things. In fact, we're in the shop here, so this is the shop area, and I think this is a good time for me to start going through the PDA, which of course normally I do a little earlier in these kind of tours. And so yeah, the PDA looks like this. Now, all of these areas out here, I think these are all grass fields. We've got a main set of fields to work in the middle. We've got the BGA down there. We'll go and visit that probably on our way back. I'd like to head out here and have a look at these fields and things. Most expensive field I found on the map is field or farmland 10. That is 1.5 million. In fact, it's nearly 1.6 million, just 4,000 shy of that. So quite a pricey big field. And then the smallest field I found was farmland 16, which has 97,920. So just under the 100,000 for that. So quite a big range in the prices, but not great for sort of a start from scratch setup if you want to, because you're going to spend a lot on just one field. We've got, I think, looking at this 60 odd field, 61 I can see there. I can't see anything higher. So yeah, 61 fields or farmlands that you can purchase. You start with this little one in here, so 52 in here, which is probably actually the cheapest place, 8,664, which is really hard to see, but it's nestled right in the edge there. You can buy most of the town. In fact, you can buy all of the town including the shop. You can buy the shop area, so there is space for you actually to build a farmland on here. And we might have a look at 53 in a minute, because that looks a little bit like a yard. We've got an area there. You also have 49 starting on here, which is probably the most interesting shaped field map on the farm. I really love the shape of this, and I kind of wish that the map had a little bit more of this on it. It feels very regularly shaped otherwise. So let's have a quick look as well at the productions. We do have at least 2 productions available. There is a sawmill and there is a biogas plant. That's good. As I've said on so many maps before, I would like to see a little bit more. I would like to see I'd like to see a dairy. I'd like to see a grain mill. At some point, I'm going to just sort of put together a little list of the basics that I would like to see. Sort of the 5 production chains I'd really like to see on a map. Yeah, because this is stuff that we've had since Farming Simulator 15. I would like to see more productions built into maps in general. But we're back in our truck. We're going to have a drive around. Let's get this up like that. And we'll turn out of here. And we're going to have a look at this place here. That... Hang on. Is this a sell point or is this a production? Do we have productions that you purchase with their areas maybe on here? Can't see anything. No, that does just look like a sell point. But that it also looks like milk. So I don't know, you know. I'm intrigued by this. Just going back to the map. Supreme Milk. As you can buy this, I wonder if this has productions that are purchasable with it. Let's buy this land. Don't normally do this. No, that has changed nothing. So actually, slight disappointment. We've got custom buildings with custom sell point stuff in it. It just, please, can we extend that to a production? That actually annoys me a little bit more on a map. When all this effort has been gone to create a nice custom area for stuff like that, and you could just extend it to a production and make it that much more interactive. Yeah, that has disappointed me a bit. Whereas this, look at this. So this is the field you start with, and it is gorgeous. We've got all this rough area here with a ton of detail. We've got a river running down the edge of the map, and then we've got this really lovely irregularly shaped field. That is fantastic. That is absolutely brilliant. And as a thing to start off on this map, I really like that. That is very, very cool. And if you're looking for somewhere to build a farmyard, actually, I think you could do a lot worse than this area here. Clear bits out, smooth it over, get yourself a farmyard built in here. You already own this land on New Farmer. That would be perfect. So we'll head back out and up. And this bit of the map is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going into the next bit with a bit of trepidation. We've got, so this is built very much into a hillside area. You can see it going up. It is gorgeous. I'm actually really, really blown away by this. This is really well done and looks really, really nice. And you're gonna get up to the top here, and I think so. We've got a lookout point. We've also got what is probably gonna be the screenshot for this from up here. That is just the most amazing view. We've got a sell point up here. and we're still climbing. We're still heading up, so it must be a fairly high plane that the rest of this is on, or we're going to take a fairly steep drop down. So we'll continue up here, and yeah, we are still climbing right up to this bit here, and it is a high plane. Oh wow, that is, I will say that is one of the most incredible drive ups that I think I've had on a map. That is absolutely fantastic. We've got what appears to be scrubland. So very interesting map this. We're gonna have to go back to the thing, because that basically makes this area here a homesteading area, which is very cool, and it's got that homesteading map set up where you've got squares of land that you can buy and then start to work. They are 230-ish, 200 and, yeah, call it 240, because that's what that is where it averages out on those three. 240-ish, yeah. So these ones here, these 6 in the middle here, are sort of 240-ish. You drop down to 223, 332, 515. Yeah, so you could very easily buy one of these pieces of land and start creating some more interesting looking fields on here. I love that. I love that there does seem to be a bit of a homesteading element to this map that would work really well. So if you wanted to go in and find somewhere to build your farmland, look where you are. There's tons of space to do it up here. So interesting that it's so flat up here. You still have quite a bit of detail. There is a lovely amount of detail actually on this map. The bushes, the roadsides are done really well. The telegraph poles going down the roads is really great. The lizard building ominously appearing in the background. That looks amazing. For that to render in from that distance is really cool. So yeah, look at that. That is a huge building. It does look very nice, and I think if you're looking for a map to maybe use something like the Nexat on, this would work well. You would definitely have to build your own farmland for that though. It is gorgeous. Oh, and I say this every time. We're gonna pull over and we're gonna check it, but I can see from here already we've got a cracking level of detail underneath the trees. It is all grass, but they're not particularly dense trees, so I can forgive that in this on this occasion, especially considering that there is so much other variety around here. This does just continue the sort of the level of detail that we have everywhere else on the map, where we have areas that aren't farmland. But the fact that this map has that level of detail everywhere is brilliant, and I really love that. It's a very different kind of map, this really is. We have a way station going into here. This is a massive industrial area. I think, yeah, again, I would have liked to have seen, with this much detail in an area like this, for a single sell point over here, I would absolutely love to have seen a little more. Some other productions and things in here. It's a huge area to give a massive load of character to, with just a few buildings like that in. And of course, on a map like this, you would have to, or you don't have to, but to fully get that, you would need to go and build. You'd need to build some custom stuff. But like my example here is we've got a lovely building here. This should be a warehouse. This should be a warehouse area. Would be fantastic. You've got space for other buildings here. We've got a we've got somewhere for selling cotton. Cotton is going to be a massively important thing on this map, and I love that you can buy this area and you can place your own productions down. That's great. That's absolutely wonderful. But just adding a touch more character to the map with some just a smattering of custom productions. Some of the buildings are already built for them, and I would kind of like to have seen this. Just again, it's just that little bit extra to push it over. Still a fantastic map, but everything I'm coming out on these tours, every time I talk about this and I push this, this is about finishing things off and just making it the absolutely best that these maps could be. They are still, every map I've looked at, every map I've done has still been a great map. But I'm saying these things because I'd love to see every map be just incredible, absolutely, you know, blow me out of the water kind levels. And it doesn't. There's not much that it would take to do it with some of these. So yeah, that's the cotton sale point. That's looking very nice. I say again, I'd love to see that be a production for making fabric. That would be cracking. We've got over here the sawmill. So this is a production, so that's very cool. And we got base game sawmill actually sitting over this corner here, liking that. Yeah, that works very nice. And then if we come around here, we've got a that says Planet ET. Is this where our BJ is? What is that building in the middle of the map then? I'm slightly confused because we do have an area in the middle of the map. Well, I will say those arms there, they do not open fast enough. Yeah, this is our BJ. So this is functional from the beginning. You have immediate access to it. And yeah, like that, and you can buy it as well. BJ set up perfect, great, absolutely loving it. That is a BJ that's set up better than it is on the horse map. So you know, that is a big plus. I really kind of like that. Oh, can't get out that way. Oh, it will rise for us this way. Rises for us nice and early this way. So maybe that's the trick with this. Trigger it from the other side. We'll head back out here. We've done through the sawmill. Now I'd like to go. I think that road there is going to be very scenic, but I want to head back a little bit back on ourselves and up the road in the middle of these fields here, because I want to find out what this BGA type place is in the middle. It's got something in it, and I'm not quite sure what. Very straight road, very wide roads. Kind of tells you the kind of equipment you'd expect to use on here. You're looking at big stuff. I think this is very much a big equipment map. I think that would work very well. Yeah, there's definitely something in here that is some sort of sell point or something like that. So into here we go. And this is yeah, I think this is one of our big sell points. Again, I think there is opportunity here to have some sort of production in it that would work very, very well. What is it that we've got over here? Oh, is this sugarcane? Because this being a South American map, it is sugarcane is a big thing. Oh, I would love this to be a sugar processing factory for sugarcane. It isn't. It's just a sell point. But yeah, I would love to have seen a sugar processing factory. It's very cool that we've got a custom setup here for selling it. Sugarcane, oh wow, when I say big equipment, sugarcane equipment is not big. But it would lend itself very nicely to a sugarcane type map here. So yeah, that is very cool. I like that, and the stuff on here is really nice. It is really well set up. I like it a lot. This is some sort of trail back down through the mountain. Very, very narrow road. I do love this bit of the map as well. This is just such a nice touch. It reminds me a little bit of the base game American map from FS22. No, FS19. Oh, wow. Look at that. That is gorgeous. I am so pleased I came this way. This map just has many little bits that are amazing. Just absolutely stunning. The level of detail that's gone into this area, which, let's face it, you're not farming this. So you're not spending a massive amount of time coming down these little bits. But it's just incredible, the level of detail on this that's gone into sections of this map are just wonderful. And there's not an area of the map actually I feel where that kind of detail hasn't been done. It's just that the level in these bits, which are bits that, as I said, most people aren't going to farm. Most people, well, you can't farm it, so most people aren't going to visit this. It's just there is insane. That is just incredible detail on there. We're gonna go back on ourselves a little bit here. I want to just pop up the road here, have a look. We have got a couple of bits up this way. Again, this is a way out of the town. It goes up through the I want to call it mountains because it's through the mountain onto the plain. We've got a sell point here by the looks of things, so that's in here, and then we've got a little area just up here that I wanted to visit. Oh, wow, it's down there actually. I haven't seen the animal market in our troubled round. Is this what this is here? I want to comment on the edge of the map. Look at the edge of this map. We are right up against it, and I wouldn't know. Fantastic. Yeah, in fact, that's exactly what this is. This is the animal market, and that's Katie standing there. Perfect. So yeah, we found that as well. So the animals are here. Lot of potential in this map. Absolutely gorgeous looking map. It is just amazing. I am flabbergasted. It is absolutely fantastic. Wow. Just wow. There's that little bit. There's that last little bit just to throw it over the top. But if you're looking for something gorgeous and you're a little bit different, and that will allow you to do some big equipment, that will allow you to do some homesteading stuff, I think this is a great map for that. There's a lot of flexibility in this map, and yes, you know what? Despite the fact that the productions aren't in here, and the sad part of that is because the productions aren't in here, you're gonna have to use basic game productions on it because there's no South American ones released. So yeah, they are gonna look a little out of place because you're putting them in. But you know, you could at least buy the industrial areas. That's one of the things I like. We're going back to the map again, but you know, you can buy the sawmill. There's this big area here, farmland 30, that you could, in this industrial area, that you could build stuff. 28, this entire industrial area is purchasable, so there is places in here to place your own productions. So it's not the end of the world because this map does allow for the additions of those things. I mean, you could put like a sugar factory in there, but there's some trouble being gone to at least get custom looking buildings and things like this here. And it would be nice if it was just that extra step. You could have made that a sugar factory. You know, you could have made this, well, that doesn't, well, it could be a grain mill. You know, the cotton factory could produce, or the cotton sale point could produce fabric. There's a whole custom building in there, and I would like to have seen just a couple of custom setups like that. That would have been nice. It's not a deal breaker. I still think this map is absolutely amazing. Really, really gorgeous. And yeah, a little bit different. Absolutely. If you're after something a little bit different, I think I blocked the pavement. Then this map is great. Let's have a quick look then at the starting equipment. So starting equipment on this map, there's not a huge amount of it, which is quite nice. We got a Challenger MT635, a FarmTech EDK 650, a Great Plains Solid Stand 1500, the International that I added myself, the John Deere 3650, John Deere 980, Massey Ferguson MF 8570 combine, header and trailer. So enough to get you started. Not enough where I think you can immediately sell any of it. I think all of that is a good start, and basically can get you going. I think if you're going to be doing any of the homesteading stuff, you probably want to get some money in into a plow early on. That way you can get those fields and then do that. But if you're starting with only 100,000, you're going to be a little while before you are in a position where you can really buy anything more. All in all, love this map. It has the same minor problem that a lot of maps seem to have these days. Just that lack of productions. Otherwise, it's awesome. It's highly detailed. It's a bit different. It's got a lot of potential to play in multiple ways. I think this map deserves a cracking rating. Go give it 5 stars on the Mod Hub, and yeah, go give it a try if you're after something just that little bit different from the normal that you come across with maps. And that's where we're going to leave it for this one. So let me know in the comments what you think, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Huge thank you as well to all of my patrons and channel members. These videos are only made possible thanks to your support. If you want more from Virtual Farmer, please check out the videos on screen now, or subscribe for more. And I will see you next time.